Hey, why do you have your phone out? It's stupid o'clock. No, it should be sleeping time. Yeah, it should be. Why aren't you asleep? Come on, put your phone down. Come on, put it down. And come here. Come here. Come here. Why can't you sleep? You don't know? Well, is there anything I can do to help you? Because staring at your phone's not gonna help. Yeah, no, bright light, surprisingly enough, doesn't help when you sleep. It really doesn't. It's not good for our brain holes. It's not good for our brain. No, it's not, because your brain creates this disconnect when you turn off the lights. When you turn off the lights, it's like, okay, nighttime, go bed, bye, go sleep. But when you keep the lights on and you have the same light all day, same light level all day, then it can really mess with your brain, and that's not okay. Like, a little gentle light, like green or red light, nice and gentle, okay, but phone light, nah, not okay, bad. Yeah, it is, but it's not as bad as you not being in my arms, so come here. Is there anything I can do? Ramble. What about, though? I'm not good at rambling. I wouldn't know what to ramble about. I'm not good at rambling. I wouldn't know what to ramble about. Just anything kind of, okay, you know how I used to do a lot of dancing? Well, what kind of dancing? Well, it's not exactly ballet. No, it's not that. Oh, no, fire dancing. Oh, I used to love it so much. I still absolutely love it, but it's tough to be able to do it, because every time, like, you light something on fire and you start spinning it around and making a display, then people kind of look at you and they think, oh, it's unsafe. And well, it is if you do it on your own, which is why I always try to do it with people that have, like, their fire safeties, because, like, it can be dangerous. I've had some close calls with it, but that's kind of what I love about it, being able to, like, we're always taught as children and even as adults, like, we're always told fire is dangerous and scary and you should never play with it. And honestly, yeah, it's dangerous, it's scary, and you shouldn't play with it. But that feeling of being able to spin that staff over your back and knowing that that fire is just touching your hair, it's exhilarating. The sound, the heat, the feeling of the cold metal as it starts to heat up. But yeah, so I was speaking to a few people that I used to do it with, and they said that they'd be up to meet up. And yeah, want to try and like get practicing again and get to have like a practice display of maybe like an hour, because we used to have so many displays that we like hour-long displays that we would filter and cycle through. Oh, I really miss it. It's so much more fun when there's fire. Like when I'm just practicing with the wooden staff, it's still fun, but it's not the same. Like with a wooden staff, you're still spinning it around dangerously close to your face, letting the staff flick around your neck, let it bounce off your body. But it's just not the same. You don't get that exhilarating sense of danger of I could mess this up. Of if I mess this up, then it's gonna sting for a while. And I love that, because not only does it look beautiful, if you have it nice and slowly, just gently gliding the staff over you, playing with fire as if it were water. It's incredible. It feels so natural. The way that the body moves as you extend your arms, you flick your wrist to throw it in the air, catch it on your foot and swing it back around. I don't know. It's fun, and when there's the fire, you just know, like, if it hits your body, it's gonna create this sparks, and not just sparks from motion, but actual sparks from the Kevlar wick. It's so simple, because all it is just a metal pole with some Kevlar strips wrapped around the nose and tail of the stick, and then it's dipped in some fuel. And it's so simple, but it's so freeing. Being able to feel what you're in control of. But it doesn't feel like you're in control. It feels like you're just moving with it. If you spin it too close to your face, I've done it so many times, you lose your eyebrows, you lose your eyelashes, and you get to wander around for a few weeks like, oh, it feels weird on the face, but it's nice. Having that rush, the rush from the way the fire roars when you pick up speed, and you've got it spinning so fast that you can't see the handle. So you're just placing your hand between these two spinning balls of fire, hoping to catch something, or at least touch something in a way to deflect it in a way, in the direction that you want to deflect it in. I said it's you're not in control. You feel as though you're at the mercy of the staff and of the fire. Because without the fire, I have an LED one that's just some LEDs on a stick, and yeah, that's great. You don't see the sensor of the staff, you don't see your handle, so you get that kind of feeling of, will I drop it on my foot and it'll sting? But it's not the same as that roaring, open, naked flame that is just so inviting. It's dangerous a million ways. But if you do it with properly trained people, then it's safe. And like fire eating as well. Learning that you're not eating it, you're blowing out a big candle and putting it in your mouth. But it's not even that you're putting it in your mouth, you're just collapsing your lips around it, starving it of oxygen. A sweet kiss of death to fire, something we're designed to be afraid of. And it's freeing, it's exhilarating. Although, when it comes to actually fire spitting and fire breathing, like breathing out fire, that's... you can mess yourself up pretty badly. I very much don't recommend it. I know many people who have had to go to hospital because, not from breathing the fire in by accident, but from having a bit too much of the fuel in their mouth and it slips down their throat. And things that catch fire plus the insides of people, they don't mix too well. It's not nice, but fire eating, being able to throw fire, it's this wonderful, peaceful dance where you don't hear the music, you feel it, and you feel the thuds through the grass, through the earth of the people around you. You feel them as they spread their feet, ready to do a long toss over a short distance, and throwing fire at each other. It feels so right, because you trust that person. If they miss, if they throw it too hard or too soft, or they spin it too fast while it's in the air, then you're gonna drop it, and not only are you gonna ruin the display, but You can burn your clothes, you can burn your skin, and it's incredible. Giving that trust to someone and them giving it in return. If I spin at the wrong speed, then they're in the same boat. They won't catch it. Should spin 4 times in the air. We've practiced it. Should spin 4 times, but if I make it spin 4 times and an extra 10 degrees, they'll miss it. They'll drop it. And it feels incredible to have that kind of manipulation over something we're so designed to fear. And yes, I always grew up watching fire displays. I've seen them go wrong. But I grew up watching them. I've seen them go right so many times. And I saw the smiles and the joy that it brought to the performers, and now performing myself, or when I did perform, and hopefully when I get back to being able to perform, being in that position, standing with a crowd of people surrounding you, hearing them ooh and ah as the fire gets bigger, more people get involved. We bring out the fire poi, the fire swords, the whips, the juggling bowls, the hat, the hula hoops, everything. It's incredible. Just, there's no feeling like it. Seeing people being so amazed and fascinated. Seeing small children like the way I used to be. Watching the flame flicker like candles. Giant roaring candles. Seeing it on their faces. Seeing that amber glow. Especially when they wear glasses and you can see the reflection flashing across as you spin 1 rotation, 2 rotations, 3, around the back in 3 rotations, up in the air, 4 rotations, catching it, and they watch it. They stare into the fire, and they watch as you catch and immediately move yourself into the next one. As you catch yourself from falling forwards by rolling over a stick of fire. It seems so stupid, so unsafe, so wrong, but it feels so freeing. Essentially lending yourself to the flame. Lending your heart, lending your spirit, your soul, lending it everything that you are. And just letting it have it. So something about that is just so incredible to me. I keep saying the roaring of the fire, but it's not roaring. It's like a cat gently purring. So soft and gentle, yet so explosive and dangerous all at the same time. And when you introduce people to it, you start off by giving them you start off with that rubber staff, because people always say, oh, I don't need the rubber one, I can move straight on to the metal one. Nah, you're gonna hate yourself a few times. Put on this helmet. And no one does, and I don't blame them, because I know that I didn't wear mine either, and that's why I have some of the scars on my face that I have. But it's so freeing to know that I have those scars. To know that I learned something from those scars. I remember the first scar I ever got from fire spinning. Because I didn't learn with a rubber staff. I learned straight with the wooden one that I made myself. It's the one that I've got in the closet at the moment. I just took an old broom handle, made it even both sides, grabbed a few old belts, wrapped them round either head, and strapped that down with electrical tape because I had no duct tape. And I learned that way, imagining that it was going to be safe. And it wasn't. It turns out electrical tape has quite a lot of grip on the skin. And me being myself, I wanted to ramp up the speed as quickly as possible. Don't need technique if you can go fast and flashy. You definitely need technique, though. And spun it so stupidly fast. I tried letting it pass behind my back and clack, right off the back of my head. I was so glad that I had a friend with me, because I was passed out cold instantly. It was my first time really feeling that, wow, this is dangerous. But at the same time, I didn't care that it was dangerous. I don't care that it's dangerous. Because it gives me that freeing feeling. It's not fight or flight. It's calm. Extreme calm. Where you just feel at peace. Feeling the way that your body moves. Feeling the staff in your hands upon your body. Doing a dance while the staff dances around you, around your shoulders, elbows, knees. Floating around your neck. Gifting kisses upon the side of your head. If you stop paying attention for even the blink of an eye. And they're not gentle kisses at that. But it's so freeing. That feeling of, yeah, this is right, this is me. This feels natural. It's so natural. So there. I don't know any other way of explaining it. Because there is no other way, is there? When you're just in complete mercy of what you're holding, you know that it's fully up to you. If you mess up, it's gonna sting. But after I got better, I stopped messing up as often. And I was learning new things. I was getting more confident. And I kept that joy for it, that love, that passion, because I knew that it wasn't the danger that I liked about it. It was that free, safe place where nothing matters. And you can look at the sky. At night, you can see the moon. And you know that it's just you and the fire. It doesn't matter who's watching. Because they're watching the fire. They're not seeing your face. They're not seeing the joy. They're not seeing all the hours and days of practice and nights. They're not seeing all the ice packs you've held against your eye. They're seeing the end result. And it feels so right. So true. To give yourself something like that. Finding something that gives you that passion that gives you that zen-like state. It can take a while. Finding that place. But once you've found it, never let go of it. Because once you let go, it's going to be so much more difficult to get back in. Like, I put down my fire stuff a year ago, maybe 2. I was left with just the wooden one. And I'm so scared to pick up the flames again. Because I know that I won't be as immediately free. I know that when I first place my hands on the center, on the tape in the center of the staff, and I rotate the staff, hold it vertical, I'll place my right hand underneath the flame. I'll let go with my left and throw the staff into the air with my right hand, cradling the fire. And I know that it's going to be scary to touch the flames again. I know that it's going to be weird. But it's going to be so nice to finally have that purring kitten of a fire cradled in my arms. Gently, I'll start. After catching, I'll spin it left to right, left to right, transferring from one hand to the other, drawing hundreds of circles. Watching the light flicker. Watching it be free. Before I take the leap. I place it on my arm. I let the fire come towards my face. And I flick my elbow, sending it back into the air, over my head, and catching it in the other hand. So many times I've dreamed of closing my eyes and the sound as it roars past. I know tonight I'll dream of it again. When I close my eyes. And I breathe deeply. I'll be reminded that I've got something to look forward to. And not just waking up with you cradled in my arms. But I'll be able to wake up and in a few days I'll be able to feel that gentle warmth of the fire, hear its gentle sparks, feel the staff on my skin as it spins, gliding so effortlessly. Good night, babe. I love you.